In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from no backflip to landing your first backflip using the first flip trainer system. If you already own one, this is the full progression to follow, and if you don't, by the end of the video, you will see exactly what steps and progressions we use to break down the fear and make learning a backflip easier. The first flip trainer is a bungee cord harness spotting solution with 4 levels of adjustable assistance from this resistance band. It can support a fully grown adult up to 100 kilos spinning overhead with dramatically reduced risk of injury. You're essentially floating through the rotation as your body and mind learns the movement. As your body awareness, technique and strength improves, you gradually reduce the assistance band by band until eventually you can land your backflip with no help at all. Before you strap in and start jumping into backflips, watch our full setup video guide linked in the description. It walks you through mounting of your anchor points correctly, adjusting the harness to fit and setting your band assistance properly. An incorrectly set up trainer is the single biggest cause of bad first session. This whole progression assumes your setup is dialed in correctly. So pause here and check the setup video and then come back. If you're watching this and don't own a first flip trainer yet, that setup video also shows you exactly what's in the box and how the system works, so it's worth a look either way. Before you start, you should be able to do a backwards roll on the ground. Jump to at least hip height and absorb the landing from the same height as well. After all, backflip is a jumping skill, and if you can't jump, you're gonna have a hard time. I would also recommend building up a basic acrobatic foundation first, if you don't already, like knowing how to do a cartwheel, roll in all directions, and do a handstand kick up. It gets your body ready for the real thing and makes learning a backflip a whole lot easier. All that said, you don't have to master these before using the first flip trainer. It's recommended, but not required. The first flip trainer is designed to help you build those skills as you go. For example, if you strap in with one band, you can try your first backward roll with a little bit of assistance. With 2 or 3 bands, you can work on your jumping and have a lot of fun bouncing around. This is gonna help you build a bigger base of your jumping. To land your first backflip, it's essential to understand the 3 phases of the flip: the set, the rotation, and the landing. I'll cover them briefly here, but for more in-depth breakdown, please check the linked video series below. The set, the most important part of your backflip. It's the jump and the initiation of the rotation. You have 3 phases of the jump. You start with your hands in front of you, then you swing them back as you dip slightly with your knees and your chest, and from here, you want to explode up as much as you can. It's really important you swing your arms all the way up over your head so your chest starts to open like so at the top. Really practice this by itself. Swing and open the chest towards the ceiling. The rotation comes from your shoulders going backwards while your hips go forward. So practice your jumping and try to lean slightly backwards at the top of your jump, kind of like this. You want to feel yourself like you're almost falling to your back. You can also work on this when you strap yourself in. You want to prepare for the jump exactly as I said before, and at the top of the jump you can now actually afford to fall on your back. So it looks something like so. Hop. So imagine you're trying to jump straight to your back. So with the set, you get your maximum height and you initiate your rotation. How do we keep the rotation going? The rotation happens from the pull of your knees, so-called tuck. So you've already initiated the rotation on your set and now you just want to speed it up. You do so by pulling your knees to your chest. But with this drill, we're not only practicing the strength and the awareness we need to do so to start rotating faster, but we're also getting used to the movement of flipping over our head. So now it's getting exciting. So there's 2 drills you can start doing for your rotation. If you strap in with the maximum assistance, so for me it's 4 bands. If you're lighter than me, it might be 3. You figure out that it's your maximum assistance, is that when you lift your legs off. When you lift your legs off, you're actually floating. And now we can actually do our first backflip ever. In this moment, you want to lean back. You can hold onto the bands. Lean back, and as you get sort of level with the ground like so, I want you to pull your knees into your chest, and that's gonna make you spin over. Look something like this. Do one more time. As you're getting comfortable, you can start doing this a little bit faster, and even without the hands. I put my hands over my head, I start leaning back while I keep looking forward, and when I get parallel with the ground, I pull my knees in. Then you can start adding your set into it, as we showed in the beginning. So I start with my arms down here, I swing, lean back, land. Now this is not only practicing your rotation and your awareness, but also your landings. For a successful landing, you kind of need to know where you are in the air. And there's no other way to learn this than by going through the repetitions and feeling yourself spin over the head. So what I really want you to focus on is when you're coming out of the flip, try to really feel where is the gravity pulling you towards the ground, and then get your legs underneath yourself to absorb the landing. Look. There are many more drills you can do for each individual part of the backflip, and they're all shown and mentioned and explained in the 3-part video series about the set, rotation and a landing. So make sure you go check it out. 4 bands, the full assistance. We've already kind of covered this already, but I'll give you a quick run through one more time. So first rep of your backflip is hold by the bands, lean back until you get parallel with the ground, and from here pull your knees to your chest and let go. This is your first backflip. Now do hundreds of reps of these to make it feel nice and easy. Once that's comfortable, you can start doing it without the hands. Remember to keep looking forward for as long as you can until you start spinning over your head. Then you try to spot the ground. So I look forward, lean back, lean back, lean back, knees, look for the ground, land. Again, after many repetitions, this starts to feel really easy. We can start adding the proper arm swing into it. So get your arms ready, down, and then swing forward, and really try to think about that chest opening at the top, as I explained in the set mechanics. So let's do this. Hop, knees. I swing my arms, open, just knees. Now to make it feel even more like the real thing, we want to start to put a bit more jump into what we're doing. So if you try to bounce around like this, the bungee cords will bounce with you. And for a brief moment, you'll have more weight in your feet at the bottom. So try to hit that bottom and do all of the steps that we just covered. 3, 2, 1, hop, jump. Now we're at 3 bands assistance. We're not floating so much anymore, and now there's a little bit more of a real consequence. I still can't really fall to my head, as you can see. I do recommend every time before you test, make sure you lean in, sit in, and see kind of what the case is. Depending on your setup, you might be much lower to the ground and there might be more danger. Always practice on soft surface with someone watching over. So 3 bands assistance, it's gonna get a little bit more scary to get into your backflip. So we need to slowly build up to it and make sure we're safe. How we can do so is by learning a back handspring. If you sit into your harness with your full weight and you lift your arms overhead, you can try to start looking for the ground. You can even hold on to here to see. As you see the ground, try to reach for it with your hands, and you're gonna do your first back handspring. Try to do this slower. Lean back, look, arms over, keep looking for them. Hands down. Lean back. You can even try to look for over your shoulder if you're too scared, so you see where the ground is. At this point, I'm still supported enough that there is very little weight onto my head when I'm upside down. So as long as you keep your arms there to keep you safe, you should be fine. So lean back, arms over, look for the ground, back handspring. As you start to do this faster, it starts to look more like the actual back handspring. When you can do your back handspring like this, you are very safe, because this is actually the worst case scenario. If I fall to my head, when I freak out on the takeoff and I just pull my hands in, then I'm safe. So from here, let's turn it into a backflip. So as you jump and you reach with your hands, jump more up instead of just leaning straight back, okay? So as I jump up, arms, and then pull my knees. Up, knees. You have the arms there for safety. Lean back, up, knees. Until you stop putting your hands down. And now you're essentially backflipping. Now with each attempt, give it more jump. Look forward longer on the takeoff and tuck your knees harder. And it starts to turn into a backflip. At this step of progression, it's gonna take you many reps. Really take your time and stay longer than you think you need to get really comfortable and dialed in with the technique. Remember the arm swing, all the way up, open the chest, knees to chest, flip and land. Try to visualize this in your mind, and then when you're ready, go for it. If you're really scared to commit for this, you can also try the so-called skin the cat, where you actually hold onto the band to help you rotate around. It looks something like so. Just here, a note. Make sure you let go of the bands as you come around, otherwise it can jerk in with your shoulders, and that is a little bit dangerous. So I get myself ready, I pull onto the bands here, so I get in the air, and then same thing, I jump, lean back with my chest, pull my knees in. Let go as soon as I see the ground. Quick recap, skin the cat first. If you're really scared, let go of the bands as soon as you see the ground. Now gradually try to let go even earlier on each attempt. When you're barely holding on and you're letting go right away, you are more than ready to just do the full thing with the arm swing. Swing, land. Moving down to 2 bands. The progressions from here are relatively similar to 3 bands. Again, we just have a little bit more consequence because the bands don't give us as much support. So we have to do more of the work ourselves. So again, try to start with the back handspring. You should be relatively comfortable after doing thousands of repetitions with your 3 bands. So it shouldn't take as long as it did before. So from here, you can again just get a feeling for it by leaning back, looking where the ground is, visualizing what needs to happen. And as you lean back, look for the ground, have your arms ready to spot you. And now you really need to give it a little bit more speed. Here, if you're doing this alone, make sure you have something soft underneath, or there's someone at least watching over if something happens. You never know. Because now there's a little bit more danger involved. So I get ready for my back handspring, get my arms ready. I swing my shoulders back, hips forward, put my arms down. 3, 2, 1. Lean back, look, hands. If you're landing quite hard onto the hands, you need to do a bit more jump. Side note, make sure you turn your wrist inwards, like so. Never twist them outwards, because here, when you land badly, you can dislocate your elbow because of the leverage where you land on your hands. So fingers in every single time, all right? After this starts to feel really easy, you can try to start adding a bit more jump and turn it into a backflip. In this transition, it's very important to remember that the main difference between back handspring and backflip is the tuck. So in the back handspring, I keep my hips open as I arch back. But with the backflip, as I swing to the top, I pull my knees, which starts the rotation. Can you see the difference? Just like I mentioned before, many repetitions here. Gonna build up the skill, the technique, your confidence, and the strength that is required for your body to actually do the real thing. But we're getting close here. All right, one band. Now, this is pretty much an actual backflip now. One band doesn't give you that much assistance, and it doesn't keep you really that safe anymore. It just gives you a little bit of a boost on the jump and a little bit of a slowdown when you go down. So no stunts here. I want you to be really comfortable with the previous levels before you reach this one, okay? Because here, now you're doing an actual backflip. Let me repeat that again. You're doing an actual backflip here. Don't rush this step. So again, you can start with your back handspring to build up the safety, because back handspring in a way is the safety mechanism for the backflip. If I freak out halfway through, I just put my hands down and that saves my life. Having that awareness makes the overcoming of the fear a lot easier, because I have a escape route from the fail. Back handspring. And then the backflip. Let me just remind you one more time what to focus on, because I want you to visualize before you go attempt the set. You swing your arms backwards, swing them forward. At the top, make sure you go all the way up with your arms here and open the chest, okay? If you stop on that arm swing right here, no good, no good. So all the way to the top. Practice opening yourself like so, going up onto the toes, okay? From here, keep looking forward. When I reach my maximum height, I pull my knees to my chest. Yeah? And when you're ready, commit for it. 3, 2, 1. Swing, up, knees, land. If you go through this, big congratulations, because this is a massive breakthrough moment. This is really scary, but this device makes the progressions very small, incremental, step by step in order to achieve this. When I first learned how to do backflip myself 12 years ago, outside in the sand, trust me, it wasn't this easy to overcome the fear. Just like I've said before, here we want to get hundreds, if not thousands, of repetitions. This should really feel like you can do it anytime. No problem, no effort, no hesitation anymore. Once you get to the point where you can do this anytime you really want with no hesitation, then, and only then, the real moment where you can actually get out of this and do your first backflip by yourself. For your first backflip, purely by yourself, I recommend you have someone standing over and giving you a little spot. 100% you want to be doing this on something soft like sand or a mat, or maybe even a trampoline if you have access to one. But this is the moment we've been building up to, our first real backflip. So visualize what needs to happen. The set, the rotation, and then opening up for the landing. I'm gonna perform one now for you. And that's it, your first backflip. But the journey with the first flip trainer system doesn't stop there. You can now practice your front flips, Websters, gainers, handsprings, and advanced combos like you're just seeing on the screen. or just generally train for your plyometric ability, bounce around and have good fun using the bungee cord system. If you already own a first flip trainer, go run this progression and make sure you watch the setup video linked below first. If you don't already own one, you can grab yours at firstflip.shop. Either way, drop us a comment with what flip you want to learn next and I'll make sure it's covered.